waited on the Lord. I waited on the Lord and He heard every cry. Pulled me from the pit where I was left to die. From the mud, from the mire, from the place of no return. Set my feet on solid ground. That's something you can't earn. He put a new song in my mouth, the sound they hadn't heard. A song of praise to God, every note and every word. And the ones who hear it gonna turn and put their trust in the God who pulls His people up out of the dust. My hope is in God, yeah, that's where I stand. Waited on Him and He reached down His hand. Pulled me out of the deep, put my feet on the rock. My hope is in God, and that hope will not stop. Every plan He made against me already fell apart. The God I'm waiting on never misses the mark. My hope is in God from the beginning to the end. I went down in the pit, and He brought me back again. Blessed is the man who makes the Lord his trust, who don't run to the proud, who don't chase after lust. I've been that man before, and I remember the decay of a life built on nothing that could actually hold. But I cried out from the bottom, and He leaned down the hill, pulled me close enough to feel Him, pulled me out of fear. His thoughts told me I'll number every grain of sand. He's been thinking about my future since before I had a name. My hope is in God, yeah, that's where I stand. Waited on Him and He reached down His hand. Pulled me out of the deep, put my feet on the rock. My hope is in God, and that hope will not stop. Every plan they made against me already fell apart. The God I'm waiting on never misses the mark. My hope is in God from the beginning to the end. I went down in the pit, and He brought me back again. I ain't ashamed to say I need a God to come through. Ain't ashamed to say the waiting almost broke me in two. But I held on to the promise that He planted in my chest. The ones who wait upon the Lord come out above the rest. Every voice that tried to rush me, tried to make me take a vow to give up on the waiting, give up on what He said. But the hope I have in God don't die, it can't be dead. My hope is in the God who pulled me out the pit again. My hope is in God, yeah, that's where I stand. Waited on Him and He reached down His hand. Pulled me out of the deep, put my feet on the rock. My hope is in God, and that hope will not stop. Every plan they made against me already fell apart. The God I'm waiting on never misses the mark. My hope is in God from the beginning to the end. I went down in the pit, and He brought me back again. He heard my cry, He lifted me from everything that tried to hold me down. He set my feet upon the rock and put a brand new song inside my mouth. My hope is only in Him. My hope will never run out again. Make haste, oh God, to help me now. Every side is coming at me somehow, but You are my help, You are my deliverer. You are the one who makes the enemy reconsider. So I will not be moved, I will not be shaken. My hope is in the Lord, and that hope can't be taken. My hope is in God, yeah, that's where I stand. Waited on Him and He reached down His hand. Pulled me out of the deep, put my feet on the rock. My hope is in God, and that hope will not stop. Every plan they made against me already fell apart. The God I'm waiting on never misses the mark. My hope is in God from the beginning to the end. I went down in the pit, and He brought me back again. I waited, and He came, He always comes. My hope was never lost, it was always in Him. Psalm 40. My hope is in God. Where does my help? Where the best promise He would keep. Yeah. Where does my help come from? Let me tell you right now. Not from the left, not from the right, not from the crowd, not from a system, not from a person, not from a plan. My help comes from God, the only one who can move the immovable, shake the unshakable, break through every wall they said it was unbreakable. I've been in situations where the exit was invisible, but God showed up and made the impossible permissible. Every time I hit the ceiling, he became the floor beneath me. Every time the pressure came, he was already there to free me. My help ain't on the way, it's already here. The God of every battle already made it clear. God is my help, my refuge, my strength. He shows up right on time, every single length of the road. No matter how dark, no matter how long, the God who is my helper makes the weak one strong. My help come from the Lord, that's where it starts and ends. Every time I need a rescue, that's exactly where he bends. Down to lift me up, to pull me from the deep. God is my help, and that's a promise he will keep. I need everybody who been looking for a way out, who been searching every corner, trapped inside the doubt, who been fighting every battle with nothing left to give, who been asking God how long, like this is all I live. Hear me, your help is not a concept, it's a person. His name is God, and every situation worsens. Only when we try to handle what was never ours to hold. Only when we trust our own hands over what we've been told by the God who said, I am your ever-present help in the time of trouble. Not just when you feel it felt, but when the evidence is nowhere and the feeling isn't there. That's exactly when his help shows up beyond compare. God is my comes, I don't freeze when it hits. I already know my helper and he never quits. Every mountain that I'm facing, every ball in my way, already got a notice from the God I serve today that it's coming down, it's moving, it's already done. My help is in the Lord, and through him I already won. God is my help, my refuge, my strength. He shows up right on time, every single length of the road. No matter how dark, no matter how long, where it starts and ends. Every time I need a rescue, that's exactly where he bends. Down to lift me up, to pull me from the deep. God is my help, and that's a promise he will keep. I lift my eyes up to the hills. Where does my help come from? He fills every empty space, every broken place, every moment where I needed grace. He was already there, already moving, already proving that his help is never losing. Ground never fading, never running late. God is my help, and his help is always great. My strength, he shows up right on time, every single length of the road. No matter how dark, no matter how long, the God who is my helper makes the weak one strong. My help comes from the Lord, that's where it starts and ends. Every time I need a rescue, that's exactly where he bends. Down to lift me up, to pull me from the deep. God is my help, and that's a promise he will keep. God is my protection. God is my protection. That means nothing gets through. Every force that's coming at me gotta go through him too. You think you're reaching me, you think you got a shot. Let me remind you of the God I got. He's a wall around me, like a fortress made of fire. Every plan they built against me just expired. I don't walk in fear, I walk in coverage. Every step I take is under God's government. Cover from the top, cover from beneath, protected by God, nothing gets beneath. God is my protection, ain't nothing getting through. Every weapon, every strategy already got reviewed and canceled by the hand that holds the universe in place. Protected by His power, covered by His grace. They come at me from one direction, scatter 7 ways. That's not my strength, that's God in His unending ways of covering His people, of keeping what is His. God is my protection, and the evidence is this: I'm still here. God don't sleep, He don't take a break, He don't clock out, He don't miss, He don't make mistakes. He's the shield that never lowers, He's the God that never leaves. He's the covering you're standing in, even when you can't believe. No assignment sent against you gets to land without a say. No arrow gets to touch you that He hasn't cleared away. Protected by the God who never left and never lied. They assign demons to my destiny, God reassigned them. They say traps along my path, God redesigned them. They sent wolves into my circle, God declined them. Every strategy against me, God refined them. In the stepping stones, in the lessons, in the fuel. Every enemy became a tool. The thing they tried to kill became my victory. Protected by the Almighty, I was born for this fight. God is my protection, ain't nothing getting through. Every weapon, every strategy already got reviewed and canceled by the hand that holds the universe in place. Protected by His power, covered by His grace. They come at me from one direction, scatter 7 ways. That's not my strength, that's God in His unending ways of covering His people, of keeping what is His. God is my protection, and the evidence is this: I'm still here. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Every tongue that rises, I'm not stopping. God already said it, God already sealed it. Every attack they launch, God already yielded. The protection of the Lord is what surrounds everything I am, everything I touch. The enemy tried hard, but it just wasn't enough. God is my protection, ain't nothing getting through. Every weapon, every strategy already got reviewed and canceled by the hand that holds the universe in place. Protected by His power, covered by His grace. They come at me from one direction, scatter 7 ways. That's not my strength, that's God in His unending ways of covering His people, of keeping what is His. God is my protection, and the evidence is this: I'm still here. Protected, not by my strength, by His. Everything they said block, everything they planned cancel. God is my protection, always will be. Look at, yeah. Look at where you standing, look at where you been. God pulled you out of places you should never have seen. Every giant that was sent to take you out fell flat. Every weapon formed against you, God already cracked. You walked through fire, came out not even smelling like smoke. That ain't luck, that ain't timing, that's a God who never broke. His promise never wavered, never left you on your own. Great things God did for you, and great things He did for me. Great things, God did great things. Look around at your life and tell me what that brings. Every blessing, every breakthrough, every open door. Great things God did, and He's got more in store. They watch you go through it, they thought you were done, but God was writing the story and He already won. Great things, that's the only way to say what God been doing in your life, every single day. Think about the doors that open with no explanation. Think about the favor that defied your situation. Think about the times you had no idea how, but God came through anyway and worked it out somehow. Think about the moments at your life and tell me what that brings. Every blessing, every breakthrough, every open door. Great things God did, and He's got more in store. They watch you go through it, they thought you were done, but God was writing the story and He already won. Great things, that's the only way to say what God been doing in your life every single day. You survived what was designed to take you under. You came out of the storm that sounded like thunder. God elevated you in rooms you didn't build. God moved on your behalf when everything was still. Every single thing they tried got abolished and diminished by the hand of the Most High, by the grace that never finished. So open up your mouth and let the testimony ring. Great things God has done, let the whole world hear you sing. Great things, God did great things. Look around at your life and tell me what that brings. Every blessing, every breakthrough, every open door. Great things God did, and He's got more in store. They watch you go through it, they thought you were done, but God was writing the story and He already won. Great things, that's the only way to say what God been doing in your life every single day. He did it for you, He'll do it again. Every great thing in your life started and ends with Him. Don't forget where He brought you from. Great things. He's not finished yet. I dare you to look back and count what God has done. Count the battles that He fought, count the victories He won, count the times He showed up when you had nothing left, count the mornings He gave back what felt like your last breath. Great things God has done, and the evidence of you standing here right now after everything you faced. Great things, God did great things. Look around at your life and tell me what that brings. Every blessing, every breakthrough, every open door. Great things God did, and He's got more in store. They watch you go through it, they thought you were done, but God was writing the story and He already won. Great things, that's the only way to say what God been doing in your life every single day. Great things. Look at your life, it's not you, it's God. Every single piece of it. Great things, He did it before, He'll do it again. Great things. Every storm has a ceiling, His plans have none. What He prepared is bigger than what came against you. Looked at every cloud above and thought this was the ending. Every way they hit my life just kept on never bending. Bending toward the better, bending toward the purpose, bending toward the plan. Every storm I walked into, He already had it in His hand. Hand that holds the oceans, holds the thunder, holds the lightning. Every tempest in my story never once was frightening. To the one who spoke the weather into being. Every storm I couldn't navigate, He was already seeing past the chaos, seeing past the damage, seeing past the loss. Every way that tried to drown me just revealed His crossover control that predates every storm that's coming. Every dark and heavy season He was already running the coordinates of what was being prepared. Every storm that shook my life, He already declared the ending before the beginning of the rainfall. Greater than the storm, and that's the only call. Greater than the storm is what He has prepared. Every way they sinned against me, He already had the victory before the storm began the season. Greater than the storm, and that's the only reason I don't fall when the pressure starts to build. Greater than the storm, and every promise gets fulfilled on the other side of every wave they try to stop it. Greater than the storm, and He already got it. Joseph never saw the palace from the bottom of the pit. Every storm that covered him was part of how the plan would fit together in a way that only hindsight could reveal. Every storm that tried to break him, God was turning every wheel of a purpose, larger than the prison, larger than the pain. Every storm He let me walk through never felt like common rain preparation, rain of position, and rain of redirection. Every storm I faced was just his hand of perfection. Perfection of a plan that needed pressure to complete it. Every way that hit my life was part of how he beat it. Beat the enemy at every strategy they level. Greater than the storm, and every detail was bedeviled. Bedeviled is the enemy whose storms produced a purpose. Every way that crashed against my life was worth it, worth it, worth it. For the treasure on the other side of rainfall. In the storm, and God is greater than it all. Be still and know that I am God. The storm is not the story, I am the story, and I am not finished. Control is not a word that heaven borrows from the weather. Every storm that came against my life, he holds it all together. Together in a sovereignty that doesn't panic at the pressure. Every way that tried to drown me just became another treasure. Treasure of a testimony that the calm can never build me. Every storm he let me walk through was the thing that filled me with a faith that only turbulence could fashion. Greater than the storm, that became my greatest passion. Passion for a God whose plans survive the worst conditions. Every storm that tried to stop me just fulfilled more missions. Missions of a purpose that was bigger than the rainfall. Greater than the storm, and God is greater than it all. Greater than the storm is what he has prepared. Every way they sin against me, he already aired the victory before the storm began its season. Greater than the storm, and that's the only reason I don't fold when the pressure starts to build. Greater than the storm, and every promise gets fulfilled on the other side of every way to try to stop it. Greater than the storm, and he already got it. Still standing in the peace that passes every understanding. Every storm that came against my life was just him expanding what he placed inside beyond what comfort offers. Greater than the storm, and he already stacked the coffers of a purpose richer than the storm could calculate. Every way that hit my life will ride a little bit too late to stop what God already set in forward motion. Greater than the storm, deeper than the deepest ocean of the sovereignty surrounds every situation. Every storm that tried to stop me just became the foundation of a testimony louder than the thunder. Greater than the storm, and I no longer wonder if he's in control of everything surrounding. Greater than the storm, and his peace keeps on resounding through the chaos, resounding through the breaking. Greater than the storm, and he was always in the making. The storm is not the final word. The storm is not the final word. He prepared something greater, and it's still coming. Every enemy you named was already named before you knew it. Every force that rose against your life, he already went through it. Through it and came out on the other side, still standing. Every giant in your vision is already crash landed, landing at the feet of one who never lost a confrontation. Every enemy you're facing just became his demonstration of a power that requires no negotiation. Every foe that formed against your life met its termination signed before they even had a strategy. Every enemy you serve is smaller than the God in me, a vessel of a God whose size defies a measuring. Every enemy assigned against my life was just a seasoning the testimony, seasoning the calling, seasoning the story. Every enemy that came my way just handed him more glory that required an opposition worth the defeat. And you serve a God who's bigger, and that truth keeps on repeating. Bigger than your enemy, bigger than the giant. Every force that rose against your life, he stays defiant in his power, defiant in his coverage, defiant in his size. You serve a God who's bigger. Open up your eyes that only see the enemy, forget who's standing with you. Every giant in your way already lost the issue of who's bigger was already settled long before. You serve a God who's forgot about the army. Every enemy I magnify, just try to disarm me. Disarm me from the truth that what is in me is the greater. Every force against my life just met the ultimate creator. Creator of the mountain that the enemy is standing on. Every dark assignment in my way was built upon the ground that God already owns completely. Every enemy that came for me just miscalculated deeply. Deeply underestimated what was living on the inside. Every force of hell assigned to me just couldn't find a way to hide the fact that he who was in me towers over everything. Every enemy that tried to stop my life, watch what I bring the name that makes the darkness scatter and the giants tremble. You serve a God who's bigger, and the enemy can't resemble anything that comes remotely close to his authority. You serve a God who's bigger, and he fights with full priority. Look at what you're afraid of. Now look at who you serve. Tell me which one is bigger. The enemy already knows the answer. Now you know it too. Greater is he that is in you than anything that's in the world. Every enemy that came against you, watch that truth unfurl. Unfurl like a banner over every battlefield they chose. You serve a God who's bigger, and that's how every story goes. Goes from giant standing tall to giant facing ground. Every enemy that came for you just turned to lost and found. Found defeated, found diminished, found reduced to nothing standing. You serve a God who's bigger, and that truth is never bending. Bending to the size of what the enemy presents today. Every foe that blocked your path was always in his way. Way of a God whose size makes every opposition smaller. You serve a God who's bigger, and his name just keeps on calling your enemy bigger than the giant. Every force that rose against your life, he stays defiant. Defiant in his power, defiant in his coverage, defiant in his eyes. You serve a God who's bigger. Open up your eyes, eyes that only see the enemy. Forget who's standing with you. Every giant in your way already lost the issue of who's bigger was already settled long before. You serve a God who's bigger, and they know the score. Every enemy you magnify just shrink inside his presence. Every force that blocked your path just lost its adolescence. Adolescence of a power that was never really gone. Every giant in your story, God already shown up. Shown up in the valley, shown up in the fire, shown up in the battle. Every enemy that came for you just turned into dead cattle. Cattle of a field that God already claimed is conquered. Every force against your life, he left them all dishonored. At the sight of what he does for those he covers. You serve for God who's bigger, and that truth keeps on discovering new levels every time the enemy advances. Every foe that came against your calling never had their chances. Chances slim to none the moment God decided you were chosen. Every enemy against your life, their power already frozen. Frozen at the name that towers over every opposition. You serve a God who's bigger, and that's your only position. The enemy is real, but God is bigger. The enemy is loud, but God is louder. The enemy is strong, but God is stronger. You serve a God who's bigger, and that settles it. Faith didn't remove the mountain, faith moved me through it. Head up, eyes forward, keep walking. Never promised me the road would clear before I started walking. Every obstacle I faced was still there. Faith just changed the talking. Talking from defeat to something that resembled full emotion. Every problem standing in my way still had the same commotion. Commotion of a giant still requiring confrontation. Every head-up moment in my life required navigation. Navigation through the actual, not around the difficult. Every faith that skips the process stays entirely pitiful. Pitiful is thinking that believing makes it disappear. Every problem I walked through with faith, it was still there. Still there in the natural, still there in the visible, still present. Every head-up moment came from something unpleasant. Unpleasant is the road that faith was never built to bypass. Every mountain that I climbed with faith, I still felt the contrast of the weight against the grace that kept me moving. Head up through the problem, that's the faith worth proving. Head up through the fire, head up through the rain. Faith don't kill the problem, faith just changes how you handle pain. Pain is still reality, but faith rewrites the posture. Head up through the valley, every problem met its closure. Closure not by disappearing, but by losing all its power. Faith gave me the strength to hold my head up every hour. Every hour of the problem, faith was holding up my chin. Head up through it all, and that's how broken people win. 3 Hebrew boys still went into the furnace. Faith didn't cool it, every flame was still a flame, but faith just helped them walk through it, standing tall through it. Heads above the burning, every head up through the problem. Moment kept on turning into testimony, turning into something greater. Every problem faith walked through produced a different chapter. Chapter not an easy chapter, not an obstacle removed. Every head up through the fire is a faith that's being proved. Proved not in the absence of the heat, but in the walking. Every problem still existed, faith just changed the talking. Talking from I'm finished to I'm going through regardless. Every head a moment in my life came from the hardest seasons, not the easy ones, produced the deepest witness. Every problem faith walked through became my greatest fitness. Fitness of a soul that learned to lift its head in darkness. Head up through the problem, and the problem lost its sharpness. The problem is real, I know it is, but so is the God who walks through it with you. You don't need it to disappear, you need the strength to lift your head and keep moving, so lift it. Job still lost it all before the restoration came. Every head up through the suffering required staying in the game. Game of faith that placed through pain and placed through loss and placed through breaking. Every head up through the problem came from choosing, not forsaking. Forsaking the confession that he's able and he's present. Every problem faith walked through was wrapped inside a present. Present of a character that comfort never fashions. Every head up through the problem fed the deepest passions. Passions for a God who walks beside me through the actual. Every mountain still was there, but faith made me contractual. Contractual to a promise that the other side existed. Head up through the problem, and the problem was outlisted. Head up through the fire, head up through the rain. Faith don't kill the problem, faith just changes how you handle pain. Pain is still reality, but faith rewrites the posture. Head up through the valley, every problem met its closure. Closure not by disappearing, but by losing all its power. Faith gave me the strength to hold my head up every hour. Every hour of the problem, faith was holding up my chin. Head up through it all, and that's how broken people win. Still walking through the problems that I pray would just be lifted. Every unanswered removal just confirmed that I was gifted. Gifted with a grace that activates inside the problem. Every head a moment taught me something I couldn't fathom. Fathom from the comfort zone, fathom from the easy. Every problem faith walked through made the testimony breezy. Breezy is the wrong word, what I mean is it made sense. Every head up through the problem built a different kind of tense. Against the past completed, I walked through and I survived it. Every mountain still was standing, but my faith just reclassified it. Reclassified from obstacle to evidence to stand it. Head up through the problem, that's the faith worth understanding. Understanding comes on the other side of going through it. There, every head up through the fire, faith was fueling every forward step, fueling every lifted chin. Head up through the problem, and I'm walking out the wind, still here. Head still up. Problem didn't break me. Faith held my chin, and I kept walking.